Alright, so this next one was requested by Biscuit Boy, and this is done by Chris Glass. Now, Chris Glass, I've seen a couple of things from him before, and he is an outstanding voice actor who's done a couple of different scenes from Warhammer 40k. This one is Courage and Honor from Betrayer. And if you don't read any other book from the Horus Heresy, Betrayer is a good one to read because you get to see how absolutely insidious Lorgar is. You get to hate, and I mean hate with a burning passion, a couple of other word bearers. You get to cry for Ergel Tal. Erebus is an absolute turd. You get to see what Karn was like before he went absolutely insane. And you get a respect for the World Eaters that you didn't know that you would have. The World Eaters, prior to them going completely over the edge, had a sense of nobility to them. And they're actually one of the most... A lot of people say it's Magnus. I think it is actually Angron and the World Eaters that had the most tragic tale out of the entire Traitor Legion. Out of all the Traitor Legions, they're the ones that had the most tragic tale. Because they were screwed by outside forces. First with Eldrad Uthway thinking that he was smarter than everybody else and trying to stave off Angron from becoming the Red Angel, which he eventually did anyway because of what Eldrad did. And if you don't know what Eldrad did, when Angron crash-landed on New Syria, the planet that he was found by the Emperor at, Eldrad sent a whole bunch of Eldar to attack him to stop him from becoming what he eventually became. And the only thing he did was make sure that Angron would become that. Angron was so severely wounded after he killed all the Eldar that Eldrad sent after him that he was easily captured and enslaved, and eventually he had the nails put in his head, and the rest is just, sadly enough, history. This particular scene comes when Angron and Gilliman are speaking to each other. I already know what this is going to be. If it's anything else other than what I expect, it's going to shock me. But Angron had one of the absolute best dialogues. Well, not dialogues, monologues that I've seen. I was really put off by Gilliman's reaction to it because it kind of irritated me. Because there was no empathy whatsoever from Gilliman considering what happened to Angron. And if anybody could have used a little bit of damned empathy, it was Angron. In any case, here we go.
You two, my brothers, what a sorry sight you've become. Traitors, heretics, no better than the treasonous cultures we've quashed for the last 200 years. Did you learn nothing, either of you? I've heard Lorgar's pulling heresies already. What brought you so low, brother? Did the machine in your skull finally refashion your loyalty into madness?
They let me dream. They give me peace. What would you know of struggle, perfect son? When have you fought against the mutilation of your own mind? When have you had to do anything more than tally compliances and polish your armor?
Childish.
Yeah,
Does it really come down to this? So pitiably childish.
Childish? The people of your world named you Great One. The people of mine named me Slave. Which one of us landed on a paradise of civilization to be raised by a foster father, Rabute? Which one was given armies to lead after training in the halls of the Macragian High Riders? Which one of us inherited a strong, cultured kingdom? And which one of us had to rise up against a kingdom with nothing but a horde of starving slaves? And which one of us was a child enslaved on a world of monsters with his brain cut up by carving knives? Listen to your blue-clad wretches yelling of courage and honor, courage and honor, courage and honor! Do you even know the meaning of those words?
God!
Courage is fighting the kingdom that enslaves you. No matter that their armies overshadow yours by 10,000 to 1. You know nothing of courage. Honor is resisting a tyrant when all others suckle and grow fat on the hypocrisy he feeds them. You know nothing of honor.
You're still a slave, Angron. Enslaved by your past. Blind to the future. Too hateful to learn. Too spiteful to prosper.
And see, the thing about it is, when this happened, when this particular scene happened, I was so irritated by Gilliman. I was irritated just beyond belief, because it was just a situation where Angron was completely right, and all Rabute had to throw back at him was, platitudes. That's all he had. That's all Gilliman had to throw at him was platitudes, because Angron was completely right. He was absolutely in the right. And for Gilliman to sit there and talk about loyalty to Angron was never loyal to the Emperor. He was never loyal. It was only a matter of time after what the Emperor did. After what the Emperor did, it was only a matter of time until Angron finally turned. And if there was one Primarch that was there was no question that they were eventually going to turn, it was Angron. Angron had already fought one of his brothers. He had already just begun losing himself to the nails. And the Emperor considered him a broken tool. The Emperor could have saved him. The Emperor could have gone about the way, he could have gone about everything in so much a different way than he actually did. And if you don't know what I'm talking about here, I actually made a video on this. It's Mistakes of the Emperor 2, and it details my opinion about what happened with Angron. This is legitimately the most tragic tale out of everyone in 40k, because not only did he get used, he got used his entire life, and is still getting used even now, and it's just it's sad. If there's one Primarch that deserves a redemption arc, if there's one, even a demon Primarch that deserves a redemption arc at this point, in my mind, it's Angron. Because he's the only one that never had a chance. He's the only one that never had an opportunity. He's the only one that never had a way out. His path was set for him, and at any point somebody could have reached out a hand for him and tried to pull him back from the brink. Anybody on his level that could have done it. The only person that ever really tried was Karn. And that was the only person that ever really tried. The Emperor did not try. The Emperor actually screwed up so badly with him, it's not even funny. But Gilliman at this point could have done something. Anything to reach out to Angron. Angron was done at this point. And to sit there and call his reasons childish is just it annoyed me so badly, because I'm sitting there like, I'm supposed to be rooting for Rabute at this point. I want to see Angron break his back, because Angron is 100% in the right on this. And especially about the courage and honor part. Especially about the courage and honor part, because Angron hit him where he lived. Because Gilliman, I'm gonna have to read Dark Imperium. I'm gonna have to read a couple of other things, because at this point, having read the Heresy and a couple of other things surrounding it, Rabute Gilliman seems to me more of a bully than anything else to everyone around him. His way or the highway type situation, and nothing more, nothing less. No Fear actually went a long way to breaking me of that opinion of him, but at the same time, this interchange between the two of them actually made me mad, because I was sitting there going, try, at least make a damned attempt to speak to your brother, because the only one that's treating him with anything approaching civility is the most evil bastard in the universe right now. He's the only one treating him like an equal. He's the only one treating him like he's worth any sort of respect whatsoever. And the only reason that person is doing this is to use him. Hashtag blame Lorgar, because I cannot stand him. Lorgar's intentions for Angron were never pure. And Angron was used as a gladiator. He rebelled. He almost won. He was never going to win freedom for his people. They were going to wind up getting killed. He was going to get killed. The Emperor basically allowed all of his friends and loved ones to die, and then told him that he was going to be used. Angron actually told the Emperor, after what the Emperor had done, all Angron was a ghost, and the Emperor actually said, a ghost is sufficient for what I want. So there was no question in my mind once I read what happened to Angron, what eventually was going to be Angron's fate, irregardless of anything that happened or not. In any case, I've rambled for long enough. Chris Glass did an absolutely awesome job with this. So, no, I love stuff like this. I love when people can put out stuff like this. And he did an absolutely awesome job portraying both of them. That's all I got to say. Like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'm going to be putting all of Chris Glass's links down in the description below. Please be sure, if you guys want me to react to something, the best way to do it is to jump in the Discord and go to the Request Reactions channel and put something down there. In any case, that's my time. I'll catch you guys next time.